Good morning, guys. This is getting really hard to keep up, so I do not know what's my solution for it, but I just do whatever I can do lah. So for those of you who ask questions, and if you want to hear your answer and all that, very simple thing, just subscribe. And those who like what I'm doing here, I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can when it comes to car buying. The two things you can help me, subscribe. Alright, let's dive into the response. Hi Bobby, I have a 40k budget for a teenager. That means it's either you are very well off or your parents are helping you. 40,000, very good. BMW Z4. Alright, because you can drive it for 10 years and then 10 years later you can probably sell it for 60,000 ringgit. I'm not joking. A roadster value will go up usually, or maintain around the 40, 50, 60,000 ringgit price bracket. Alright, let me go quickly. Hi Bobby, do you think a used Elantra 1.6 turbo is worth buying? Reason is that the same year Civic 1.5 turbo will cost around 5 to 10,000 ringgit more. I'm worried about turbochargers. Should I just go for the Mazda 3? Now, I haven't heard of any issues coming up from the Hyundai 1.6 turbo engine. It's new in our market, but in Europe they've been using it. So this car is very fast. It's definitely faster than the Civic turbo, and it handles really well as well. It's just that I kind of felt the car has poor rear headroom, and if that's not your concern, you can definitely go for this car. It's perfectly alright. But 2018 Elantra and Civic and Mazda 3 2018, they are all about 90,000. 90,000 you can get a BMW 320i from 2014, the F30, and you can easily tune the car to 290 horsepower. So it's your choice. Alright, 1.6, can you tune to 290 horsepower? I don't think anybody make any parts for the Hyundai turbocharged engine. That's the problem. It's not a popular car modification target. So it's not like you have a lot of tuning companies coming up with programs how to improve the car, producing parts for it, to squeeze more performance out of it. So and 1.6 pushing 200 is already rather strained in a way. Of course you can push more, but you need more components and all that, and they're not readily available. South Korean isn't known for having a lot of tuners coming up with stuff for their cars. Alright, so it's your choice. Okay. Hi Bobby, I'm currently looking for MX5, Z4, 428i. All three cars around 2015. Any other convertibles that you can suggest? So for his budget of 150,000, instead of a 428i, he can actually go for a 435i, 3-liter turbo. Alright, sorry for my voice, I had a lot of biscuits just now. I bought some really nice chocolate chip cookies, and I drink a lot of coffee, so I guess that's not helping my throat. Sorry. I know the MX5 drives well, but what about the Z4 blah blah? Okay, if you're looking at the MX5 150,000, it would likely be the first batch Mazda Miata ND. Alright, I actually booked that car. I paid the booking for it, and I wanted to buy the car until I test drive it. My problem is that with my height, 5'11", when I want a proper leg position, because you don't want your legs like that when you drive, it's not comfortable. It may be okay for a short, hard driving session, but if I do enduro, my legs would be cramped. So I want my legs to have a comfortable position. But in the Mazda MX5 ND, the first batch that doesn't have the telescopic steering, when I have my foot in a comfortable position, my hands are like that. And you can't drive like that. Okay, you cannot drive with your hands fully straight. First, in an accident, you will break your elbow. You want your hands to be in this position. Alright, so when it is in this position, you can turn a lot more. You can turn a lot more compared to this. That's all you can turn. Alright, so I gave up the car. So do take note, it differs from person to person. Alright, Bobby, Civic 1.5 versus a 2014 320i, 316i. Worth to get. I miss the handling of the E90. If you miss the handling of the E90, you know what you should get. You should get a BMW. But granted, E90 handles better than F30. Yeah, it is a sharper drive. Alright, but F30 is more comfortable. Okay, let's go very quickly. Thinking of selling off my Mazda 2 for a BMW E46. I currently have an Iris 1.3 manual. Good for you, fantastic car. For my daily drive. Alright, so it won't be your daily car. A lot of people love the design of the E46. I as well, especially the M3, the 3.2 straight 6 individual throttle body. Lovely car. Of course, he's just asking for an E46. I'm not sure which one would that be. If your budget can squeeze, because E46 now, a well-kept you see, as a car entered into the classic car status, right, they are no longer so much affected by the year versus the price. It's no longer the year that matters. Like cars like E39, Mercedes W126, you know, or a E46, E30 is no longer about what year is it versus what the price. What's the price? No, it's already regarding the condition. If the owner spent a lot into a car versus the owner that doesn't really take care of the car, this one might be worth 8,000 ringgit. This one might be worth 50,000 ringgit, and people will pay for it because it's no longer determined by the year. Because the year, because it's so old already, there are no parts in the car that can withstand that kind of time frame. So it's pretty much up to the owner or previous owners, how much have they invested into the car, that determines the value. So if you're able to find a very well kept E46, it will not likely be at that kind of low price. It will be at a substantial maybe 20, 30 or 30, 40,000. And for 30, 40,000, you'll be able to, again, you'll be able to buy an E90 that will still be in decent condition. Alright, so you consider that. Okay, 2015 Mercedes E250. Brilliant. Should I buy Recon or used? First of all, Recon are used cars. Okay, so there's no firm answer whether it's Recon or used, because if it is a local used car, you're sort of fixed with the specifications. Where when it's Recon, if you take your chance and take your time and go hunt around, you might be able to buy one that has crazy specifications that aren't available in Malaysia. Alright, that's the first advantage. And again, if you are our subscriber, if you watch my other videos or you watch the end credit, you would know that, oh yes, it took us 2 years to try and create something to address this situation, right? We now have 78 workshops under our network, 42 inspection centers to help people like you. You want to buy a car, you eye it, you put a deposit, lock the car in, and then come to our website, click the links below, and see which inspection center you would like to send the car to. Or you can just contact us on Facebook, Horizon Malaysia. The link is down there in the description as well. Then just tell us you are eyeing this car, you hope you can do an inspection. Then we will inform our partners, and then they will arrange for you. You can go there. Whichever workshop you go to, you just pay them for the inspection. Now after the inspection, if you pass, if you want to buy an extended warranty, you can actually buy an extended warranty. We will arrange someone for you. Alright, you just have to follow the instructions. Anything you don't understand, PM us on Facebook. Alright, yeah, just join club.evomalaysia.com. That's why we create this club, to help car buyers like you guys. Okay, currently I have a Kia Forte Coupe. It's a very reliable car. I'm thinking of getting a 2012 Megane RS. Well, the car has 80,000 mileage now. I always say this, if you are looking at a car that has 80-90,000 mileage versus another one 120-130,000 mileage, generally speaking, this car in another 10,000 km, a lot more parts will fail versus that one, because that one, the owner or previous owner has already experienced it. He has already paid the money to get it done. But of course you have to check the service records, right? trust me, when your car is approaching 80, 90,000 or almost 100,000 mileage or almost 10-year period, right? There are a lot of wear and tear things you might need to take care of. You might need to change your aircon compressor. You might need to change your steering pump. These are expensive items, but they are also wear and tear items. Okay, so 80,000 is the kind of critical mileage that is approaching that. However, do know that Renault's has a very, very good reliability history. Their cars are reliable, so it's up to you. Just take note on that. Okay. I would love to own a 640 Grand Coupe. Oh, go ahead. Bobby, what has been your maintenance cost after your purchase? Anticipated loss. Why anticipate loss? It has been very, very low maintenance, my BMW 640i. It has been exceptionally reliable. I've been using it, just starting it and run, and then oil change and all that. And without me knowing it, suddenly, I already owned the car for 6 years. 6 years. These 6 years, what have I done? What has broken down? I changed brake pads. One spark plug misfired, and then it was detected. After we plug in, it was cylinder 3, but I changed all spark plugs, I changed all coil packs. To me, those are wear and tear items. If one fail, others might come. I changed my battery once, because the battery hasn't been changed since day one, early. Yeah, it is super reliable. Okay. Hi Bobby, in your video, when you're talking about the Honda Civic 9th generation, you mentioned the handling is not very nice. I watch a lot of other videos also mention that the 9th gen Civic doesn't handle well, they don't like it. Is it true that this is that bad? Now, at the end of the day, it is still a Honda Civic. It is still a good looking C-segment car, comfortable, spacious. You have a reliable, decent engine and all that, 1.8, not very fast, but frugal, decent enough. In terms of the handling, yes, the handling isn't as good as the FD. However, if you really love this car, you can actually buy the car. You can actually subscribe to Uncle Wire's channel and then learn tow, casters, camber. You can learn all these things because all these things change the handling characteristics of the car. You can ultra racing the shit out of your car, and you can change your tires, blah blah. There's a lot of things to improve the handling characteristics of a car. But if you spend that much in a Civic trying to make it better, maybe that money can be spent on maintenance on another car, like a Golf GTI, or or you get what I mean, right? Or a used Megane RS, or a used BMW. There's so many ways to spend your money. Yeah. Or you can buy a Civic FD2R and not only enjoy the drive, and your value gets retained. Okay? Hi, should I get a Lexus ES 250? Yes. Maintenance cost versus Continental. Mega yes. The Lexus is it's a bargain. It's so reliable, fantastic car. If you are a keen driver, then maybe not lah, huh? It's a it's a sofa on wheels. Okay, what is the best car for a student with budget of 12,000? If 12,000 is your budget, the latest, newest Proton you can find. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not gonna ask you to spend your 12,000 on an Alpha 155, and then you can't use the car, and then it breaks down and all that. Then you have phobia, you run into dilemma and all that. Just buy a decent Proton and then enjoy the drive. Preferably a Satria, because Satria makes you look cool as a student. And then if you look cool as a student, you get girlfriend. Then you get to have sex in your car. And have sex responsibly, okay? Wear condoms. Or alright, sorry, uncle speak here. I'm thinking of getting a Camry hybrid or a Honda Civic Turbo. Wow, this is so diverse. In every way, the Camry is a better car. of course, the Civic. I'm not sure about your age. If you tell me your age is 19, 20 years old, the Camry might make you look like you're driving your father's car, right? Apart from that, if you're a grown-ass adult like me, the Camry will give you way more comfort, space, you know. You'll enjoy the car more in the car with the space and all. That's not saying the Civic is bad. The Civic is fantastic as well, but it's just not built in the same way or in the same class as a Camry lah. Blah 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 blah. Bobby, how reliable is the E90 320i or any used Contis below 50,000? Again, these cars, once they are more than 15 years old, you know, it's about the previous owner. It's about the how they take care of it. Check the service records, get the car inspected, make sure everything. You see, I can answer as much as I can based on my general knowledge or my exposure to these cars. However, at the end of the day, I still prepare a safety net for you guys, which is Evo Club, for you to arrange the car that you're buying for inspection. And if your car is less than 8 years old, your mileage is not crazy high, if the inspection passes, you can buy an extended warranty to take care of your car. How bad is that? That's our sole purpose to exist here, right? We don't pander to the car makers. I say whatever I like, I say whatever I want, right? Of course, some car makers don't like me, but hell, for me, I want to take care of people. I don't want people to buy the wrong car. And after you eye your car, all your worries, I try to do something that can cater for you guys. All right? What about Passat CC? Oh, I love the Passat CC. I love this car. It's still so beautiful. Yeah, get it inspected, get it checked, get it serviced. It's a very good car. Alright? Hi Bobby, what are your thoughts on the Audi TTS? You mentioned Audi royally fucked up their 2-liter turbo engine. Now, the TTS 2-liter turbo engine is not the same 2-liter turbo engine in the standard 211 horsepower Audi A4 or Audi TT for that matter for year 2010. Okay? Audi's 1.8 and 2 liter during the 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011 and early 2012 era, these 5 years, their 4-cylinder engines are not, the problem that they face is not like, you know, the Volkswagen issues that we have here, piston crack lah, crankcase crack lah, all this kind of weird metallurgical issues, right? No, Audi's only problem is excessive engine oil consumption, right? That means the car's engine consume a lot of engine oil. A lot of people who don't take care of their cars will burn their engine, burn the gasket, you know, and damage the car. So that was the issue. But if you always take care of your car, you always top up engine oil, you just drive it like a Mazda RX-7. Now, that problem is well known, well documented. There are full set of kits to fix that problem. And I believe a lot of owners who are still driving Audi A4 or A5s from that era has already fixed this issue. Because if you don't fix it right, every 1000 km you need to top up engine oil. It's very, very annoying. Okay? So, and of course a lot of workshops try to cheat people during that time. Oh, let me do something for you. Then they do a huge shit job, charge you 15, 18, 20,000 ringgit. Maybe your issue is not that serious, you know. So that was the era where a lot of people suddenly buy Audis. A lot of workshops suddenly claim that they can fix Audis, and they all fucked up a lot of cars. The cars are fucked up as well. So the whole reputation thing gone down the drain. Because new owners don't understand, new mechanics pretend they understand. That was the era. So for a TTS, it's fine. Okay, again, same thing, whatever I said here, get it checked, check the service records, get it inspected. But Audi's S and RS models are different from their normal range. Okay? Hi Bobby, BMW Z4 or Mustang? Dude, Mustang. However, I try to tell people that the Z4 is a damn good buy, but if you can afford the Mustang, the 2.3 turbo, go ahead, man. It's so sexy. You get so much sex. Okay, joking. Watching too much Donald Trump. When will the new Geely arrive? Initially was supposed to be end of this year. Okay, next question. Blah 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 blah. Review the Audi A8 please, the new Audi A8. Yeah, I'll try my best. Alright, hi Bobby, in this modern era, is it okay for husband and wife to own one car? I kid you not. I actually considered that. when the XC90 came out, when I went to that launch, I looked at the XC90, I opened the doors, I look at everything, I look at the price. We get it for half price versus global price. I went home and tell my wife, do you think maybe we should sell the Audi and the BMW both together so that I can use that installment to pay for the XC90? Because technically speaking, we have 2 kids, you know, I'm willing to give up blah 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 for this car. Yeah, so I actually thought about it. Alright, so we're looking out for our first car. My wife is considering a small SUV, CX3 or Toyota CHR. However nice the Mazda CX3 looks, however much I like that car for its handling, its nippiness and all that, right? Compared to a CHR, it's not practical. The CX3 can't even fit a properly sized car seat at the back. And the boot space is so small. So when you own a small car as your one and only car, very quick you will get tired of it. If it is your second car, let's say you have an Estima and then you have a CX3, perfect. But if it is your one and only car, when you need to balik kampung, when you need to go road trips, you drive with friends to Penang, to Kuantan, whatever, right? You will get very, very tired of that car because it's just so small. Alright? So I wouldn't recommend the CX3 here. I would recommend the CHR. Right? CHR is much more spacious inside. It drives really well. It looks beautiful. It's quite rare. Unfortunately for Toyota, it is rare. Everybody thought this car would be very, very popular. You know, so many people waiting for it. Then Toyota, for some reason, they dragged 2 years. When the car arrived, the hype went down. And that's gone, right? They lost that window of opportunity. If you get the CHR, buy some canggih, invest in some really, really canggih Android sound system, 2-din LCD screen thingamajinga, alright? Because the stock one is pretty crap. Okay? Or should we just wait for the X50? You can, but the CHR, the niceness of the CHR will still be there when the X50 arrives. Okay? Alright, let's come. Saga or Beza? Saga. 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 I don't even need to do a comparison. Saga. Okay? Saga. Should I get a used Euro CL1 or a Toyota Celica? Ooh, you're fucking cool, man. For a budget of 30k. If you're able to find a CL1, a real Euro R CL1, but which Celica are you talking about? GT4? If it is a GT4, then of course it's the one with the flip headlamps, 4-wheel drive, you know, basically the Caldina engine and gearbox and all that. That is fantastic. But if it is the front-wheel drive Celica, forget about it lah. Just get the CL1, alright? My elder brother has an Accord Euro R CL1. Hi Bobby, with the 60-70k budget, which SUV should you recommend? Guys, listen to this, with a budget of 60,000-70,000 ringgit, which one should I go for? Let me read out the options he gave me. This is a cool guy, Mr. Yang. 60-70,000 ringgit budget, Porsche Cayenne, Land Rover Freelander 2, and the Volkswagen Touareg. Now, first of all, throw away the Freelander 2. Is nope, 60-70,000. Are you sure? So expensive. Now, Cayenne, you should be talking about the first gen facelift. Touareg. I think the first gen Cayenne doesn't come with the 3.6 liter V6 engine, if I'm not wrong. They only have the 4.5 V8, not reliable engine. Get the Touareg with the 3.6, very, very reliable drivetrain. Alright, get the Touareg. Hi Bobby, what do you think of the new Genesis G80? Over-design, alright? Genesis had a good start, but this new look that they came up with is a piece of crap. However much they try to draw that underwear, sarong, however much they try to add lines on the side, add lights on the side or whatever, right? They do not know what they want. The moment I saw that car, I know already. They have no design direction. All they are doing is just to try and do a grille that they thought nobody has done before. They thought a luxury car is all about the grille, and then use that same grille across the family. Why cars need family language? When you think about it, why cars need family language? They don't need family language. Every car has their own look. Imagine you apply the current Mercedes-Benz family language onto the G-Wagon. How the heck would the G-Wagon look like? Don't! This obsession with family language is stupid. It is stupid. Alright? Sorry, I'm not talking to Genesis people. Yeah, the Genesis G80 is over-designed. Interior looks pretty nice, but you can swap the badge to anything else and it will still work. That means they do not know what they want. They haven't found a direction yet. Mercedes interior, you take out the badge, people will know it's Mercedes. That is a successful design language. Alright? Hi Bobby. CX9. Wow, this is a CX9 or XC90. I've owned two XC90s, right? The first batch with the smaller fuel tank, then the second batch with the larger fuel tank. I love the XC90, but I also really love the CX9. Okay, Jimmy, let me answer you this in a fairer manner. Will you use the third row? If you seldom use the third row, then the CX9 is perfect. CX9 third row cannot be compared to the XC90 third row. That's the first thing. Second thing, is sound system important for you? Because whatever Bose or whatever Mazda will put into their sound system, no sound system can match the XC90's sound system. Alright? Of course, the XC90 prices have dropped so much now, but at the end of the day, it's still a hybrid. Compared to a 2.5 turbo, alright, your CX9 you can drive for 10-15 years, your XC90 cannot drive for 15 years. No way, because it is a hybrid. Provided you go for the T5, then it's perfectly okay. On the other hand, the CX9 is priced at what it is. So it's worth this much in international markets, it is sold as this much in Malaysian market. Whereas the XC90, it is sold at this price in international market, but because of our hybrid taxation, it's sold at this price and depreciated to this price at the CX9 price. So it's really up to you. Of course, bang for buck. When you get the XC90, you get the bang for buck. But do note, the hybrid system means your operational time span will be reduced. But do you use a car for 10 years? That's the question. Alright? And given that the CX9 is rarer, and the XC90 sells in a higher number, much higher number, even though the XC90 has now depreciated to the selling price of a CX9, further down, I would believe the XC90 would depreciate faster than the CX9 because the CX9 is rare. And I think the CX9 is more handsome. Yeah. Good taste. Is Audi RS5 a good buy? 2017 Audi RS5. Is that the 2.9? If it is the 2.9, yes. But it's a bit overpriced, right? What's the price now? I remember the RS, there's a stupid dealer trying to sell an Audi RS4 for 700,000 ringgit. 2.9 V6, you want to sell 700,000 ringgit. Dream on, man. Dream on. Wow. Audi RS5. 550,000 ringgit. Now bro, it's a fantastic car, but you do know that this kind of price, 550,000, if you want a sports car, right? I saw one Porsche Cayman GT4. In your budget, you can get a 911 turbo. Of course, those cars are older. This is new. But let me put it this way. There is a certain price point that we are paying for the performance. Until a certain price point, we are paying for exclusivity and early bird. That means you're one of the earliest guy who drives it around and people look at you like, wow man, awesome, cool. The problem with the RS5, however good this car is, right, you drive one out now, right, people can barely spot you or can tell whether it's a new or old one. So that part of the equation might not be there, but granted it is still a fantastic car. But of course, if you have the money, go for it. It is a very nice handling, high performance, coupe, blah blah. But I just kind of felt that for this kind of price, 500 over 1,000 ringgit, right? Let me see. I don't know, man. You see, 600k, you can get a Mercedes E63, you know, bro. E63. That car will eat your RS5, you know. So if you're telling me E63 at this price point, yes, it's worth it, even though it's a used one, right? S63 has come down, but it's 700, 800,000, But yeah, that's what I mean. I think it is the same issue with the Giulia Quadrifoglio. For this kind of 3-liter V6 500 horsepower or 450, 470 horsepower car, paying anything more than 1,000 ringgit per horsepower is a bit excessive. Yeah, getting close to that, need something more. So would I pay 550,000 for an RS5? No, I won't. Because this kind of pricing, I can already get a fairly new Ferrari. I can get a California. You can buy a Ferrari California for this price. You get what I mean or not? Yeah, man. So would you like a Ferrari or an Audi RS5? So I think that is pretty obvious, right? You can also get a you see, you can get a 2015 Porsche GT3 for the same price. So would you want a 2015 Porsche GT3 or a 2017 Audi RS5? No lah, overpriced. But when it's dropped to about 300 plus, yeah, can go ahead. Alright. I'm only halfway through. Die lah. Hi, I don't have a family. I'm thinking of getting an 86. Buy. Would it be hard as a daily car? No. Pros and cons. The cons of the car is that there's only pros. Yeah, buy the car. Easy to take care, cheap to buy, cheap to run, fantastic fun, fantastic looks. You can't have sex in a car, too tight. Should I get a Volkswagen CC? Same goes, I kind of like it, but the CC is the 1.8 engine and 6-speed transmission, mechatronic, blah 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 blah. First of all, the mechatronic don't fail so easily. A lot of workshop, okay, I'll give you an example. My S4, there was once it was producing a little bit of jerk. I went to my usual mechanic. Straight away he said, Bobby, change your mechanic. It's only 15,000. You can afford it. So I've been supporting his business for more than 10 years. Alright? He just asked me to change the mechatronic for 15,000. I went to another mechanic, someone who I do not know. He take a look at my car, asked me, he said he'll do a quick check. And then after that he gave me a call. He said it's just a printed circuit. It's 700 ringgit. And he fixed it. And I used my car for another 3 years until the jerk came again. Another workshop asked me to change my mechatronic. This workshop tells me, let me do a reflash for you. That means they access Audi UK, download the new software and clear all the software and reprogram the car. 2,000 ringgit, solve the problem. I drove it for another 4 years. I've never changed my mechatronic. But a lot of workshops, they tell you to change it. Whether they change it, do they pass you the old mechatronic back to you? Tell them, if you bought a new one for me, if you change a new one for me, I want my old one back. A lot of bullshit out there. Hi Bobby, I want a second car. I'm looking at a TTS, SLK, Megane or Z4? Hey, have I answered this question? No, 2 hours ago. What? He posted 2 hours ago? SLK out. Okay. TTS, MK2, Z4 where got so expensive? 120. Now, if you're going for the Z4, go for the 3 liter. You will hold its value. Alright? TTS, okay only lah. Your 150k budget, you might be able to get maybe a Cayman or Boxster or something like that. Alright? SLK2. If you are saying you're buying for your wife, SLK perfect. It looks too feminine for men to be driving it. Seriously, you'll grow shorter. Hi Bobby, Kia Rio or Myvi or Yaris? Hey, if your budget can stretch to Yaris, of course it's the Yaris. The handling is so good, but the Rio, I don't know man, these Korean cars, they are so comfortable. So if your budget can stretch to Yaris, I think it is the most well spec here on things that you need, and the handling is just brilliant. The handling is brilliant. Alright, Myvi will always be my last choice lah. But the Myvi is the most handsome car here out of the 3. Yeah, it is the prettiest, but the ride is just really, it reveals its roots, you know. Whereas the Rio punches above its weight. Okay. Hi Bobby, Z4, SLK or BRZ? The BRZ will hold its value really, really well for the short-term period for the next 3-4 years. But you're asking a 2013 Z4, that means it's quite expensive, you know. If you want a 2013 one, it should be 150,000-160,000 ringgit. You have a long way to go down before it sustains its value. So I would say a BRZ. And if you're buying a BRZ, you don't need to buy a 13, 14, 15 because they are so reliable. Just buy one from 2010, get it fixed, you know, service it up, you can run the car perfectly. But if your budget is 160k, again, look out for Caymans or Boxsters. Alright? Hi Bobby, I'm not a car guy until I found your channel. I'm interested to get an 86, but my wife wasn't that supportive. So I asked him, what other cars you have besides an 86? He said a BMW 330. Get the 86, a fantastic car. Alright, since you already have a family car. Mazda Civic 1.8 or the new Mazda 3 1.5. Mazda 3 1.5. It revs just as happy as a 2 liter. It just has a lower top end power output, but the lower end of the car it revs happily, is enough to drive the car, but of course on the highway it won't pull as nice as a 1.8 or a 2 liter. Alright. Hi Peugeot. Hi Bobby. A used Peugeot 408. Still under warranty. Fuck the warranty lah. Peugeot 2016 Peugeot 408. What's the price like now? I have no idea. Holy crap, 20,000+. How can I argue with a 4-year-old car with a 1.6 turbo with 20,000 mileage? Can't really argue with it, but I'm not sure if you... The problem is that this is a car that nobody wants. Even if you buy it at 20,000 now, it's solely because of the year, but it will still go down. It is the kind of car that will one day end up 3,000 ringgit, 4,000 ringgit, like those Fiat something or whatever. The 408, really, I'm not joking. The 308 at least is sporty looking and all that, right? But the 408, right, it will just, you buy it at 20,000+, yeah, you use it, it's fantastic. You can go highway drive and all that. You have a large boot, you know, you can use the car just like any other mass-produced car, and then you use it until its end of life, provided it doesn't give you a shit ton of issue, but it might. So you might be, I think you're buying with a loan if you're looking at a 2016 car. So yeah man, I can't argue with a car that still qualifies for loan, has a turbocharged engine, very spacious, and then at 20 over 1,000, you don't lose anything at the end of the day. You use the car, you don't lose anything. So you can buy it, but don't expect, you know, don't expect too much. But any other car that is about this price range is either an A segment car that you can still take a loan, or it's a cash buy. So you can buy this car. Alright. Hi Bobby, I want a reliable sedan, 200 horsepower or more, 50-70,000 budget, Lexus IS. Go for it, bro. You want reliability. But 2007 and 2010 Lexus, there's also a lot of parts that you already need to change. Okay, be mindful of that. Yeah, any options I can look into. You see, the Lexus IS is a 2.5 6-cylinder, is it? Yeah. And yes, it's rated at 200 horsepower, but I can guarantee you it's slower than those turbocharged 180 horsepower, 190 horsepower turbocharged cars, because your 200 horsepower, you have to look at slash wear. Meaning 200 horsepower slash what RPM, right? It's an NA car, you likely pull all the way down and you get your 200 horsepower. So maybe I talk too much these few days. 50-70K budget. You want a high performance car, a Mazda 3 MPS, a Renault Megane RS, about 70-80,000, and do you get any turbocharged BMWs? Nope. These are all non-turbos. Turbos are maybe 80. Maybe you can get a 320i. Maybe try your luck. Oh, a 1 Series, but it's too small, huh? But you want reliability. Lexus, but it's too old. 2007, 2010. There will be parts you need to change, right? My biggest headache that I ever got out of all my cars was my Toyota Crown, because it's a JDM car. It's so hard to find parts. Alright, other than that, my German cars and all that, just you want a part, just order, wait for the parts to arrive, and then done. Just get it fixed and then you're done. Okay, so GTIs maybe, but it's not gonna be as reliable as a Lexus IS. I think it's alright. You did a good research to narrow down at the Lexus IS. It is a good car. Okay. Hi Bobby, greetings from Philippines. Should I get an ES350 or a Malaysian built 520i? The price differences would be, let's say I remove a zero, we're looking at, let's say, 440,000 versus 390,000. So it is a difference of 50-60,000, a 2-liter versus a 3.5 V6. Please get the Lexus ES350 because it has a Mark Levinson sound system. Alright, the Malaysian built 520i likely will not have any premium sound system, and the ES is larger, newer, more spacious. Please get the Lexus ES. Alright, hi Bobby, I'm a fresh grad. I really love the M3 and M4. My dad bought me a Vios currently, and should I save up money for my M3 and M4 or buy a new Mazda? Of course you save up money for the M3 and M4. Now the M3 and M4, they should be about 2015, 2016 cars. Now it's about 270,000 ringgit, and then you are 18 years old. These cars are about 5 years old, so you have another 5 years for them to still be qualified for loan, and then they will be at about 160,000, which is still rather expensive, but I think you came from a rather well-off family. By then you can sell your Vios and make up for it, and then your parents help you a little bit, you take a loan of 80-90,000 or 100,000. Yep, go for your dream, M3, M4. Don't buy anything else, use your Vios. Alright, get some more part-time jobs, save up. New Accord or new Camry? The Accord comes with a lot of wonderful specs, I don't care about all the Distronic, auto braking and all that, but it's the one on the side mirror, the one where you flip your switch, you see the one, those are fantastic specs. Hey wait, that's the old one that I'm mentioning. The new one, the new Accord is ugly, man. The 1.5 turbo new Accord is ugly. I'll get the Camry. If it is a previous one, still comparable. Yeah, the 1.5, the new Accord is so ugly, man. It's so ugly. Horrible looking car. Hi Bobby, is it not advisable to leave a hybrid car under the sun? I don't have a covered parking like you. So if his name is Muhammad something or Ching Chang Chong whatever, then I would have guessed he's in Malaysia. But his name is Anthony Montano. So you might not be a Malaysian. So do you get 38 degree sunlight? 43 degree? I'm not sure. So can you let me know where you stay? Generally they are okay because your car will use your battery power to cool its battery down. Alright, so and then the engineers have tested these cars from Sahara to all that. So if you use it daily, it's fine. Okay. Hi Bobby. Mercedes C200 320i A4 2013 to 2016. Please advise in terms of reliability, driving feel, which one better? Actually, I wanted to get an A4, but a lot of stories. 2013 to 16 is actually the facelift model, so it is actually a lot more reliable. But out of these three, the A4 is actually the oldest car because it came out in 2008, and then the 3 Series came out in 2012, and then the Mercedes came out in 2015 or 14. So the newest car out of your choice is actually the C-Class. Alright, and you're asking me the C200, which have a crap transmission, unpredictable, and then your options will be a 320i, which has the worst interior here, the 320i. All three are more or less, they have their own ups and downs. If you want the A4, you can get the A4. Don't worry about the stories. And then all three of them are acceptably old now because they are like 5, 6, 7 years old. So all of them needs to have some kind of upkeep, and all three are rather comparable, I would say, but in terms of specs, I think the 320i is rather sparse. The C200 has that stupid Garmin interface. GPS is horrible, but nobody uses the in-car GPS anyway. And I would say in terms of interior appointments and all that, yeah, all three are comparable. The C-Class is very, very stylish. It is easily the prettiest car here, the C-Class. Alright, it is also spacious, comfortable, just that the gearbox is a bit weird, but any cars this old, the really reliable gearbox is the BMW one, the 8-speed. The A4 one, I'm not sure you're looking at the 1.8 or the 2 liter. 1.8 would have the CVT transmission. I don't like the facelift A4, to be honest. It doesn't look good. It is the ugliest car here. And then interior, C-Class is the prettiest. The best drive is obviously the BMW. It has the worst built interior here. Very hard for me to choose. Why don't you do this? You take your budget. You're asking me 320i, C200, because that's what you look at in Muda and Carlis, and that's your budget, and you thought that's what you get. Why don't you do this? Take your budget, whatever it is, go and find higher spec cars and nego with them. So if you're nego with a C250 or a BMW 328i, or if you can, an Audi S4 or S5 or A5 Sportback. Yeah, get the A5 Sportback. Okay. Hi Bobby, I'm looking at a 133,000 BMW Z4. Whatever price, whatever year it is, try your best to get the 3 liter. Alright, it is the best one to get because the 2 liter turbo came out very late, which means it's very high price and it will come down. And if you are looking at 2010 96,000 Z4, right, you're likely looking at the NA car. If it is the NA, you will get tired of it rather quickly because it just doesn't have the kind of power to justify the looks. So go for the Z4S Drive 35i. That one, prices will go back up. Okay, 3 liter turbo. Bobby, Mazda 6 wagon or Subaru Legacy GT wagon? Which Subaru Legacy GT wagon? If it is the 2009, 2010 onwards one, forget about it. That's ugly. Get the Mazda 6, alright? Your wife, you want to get a CT200H for your wife? Perfect. Reliable, but the same budget. Can you get a Mini? Women love Mini, right? Makes them more likely to have sex with you at night. Alright? BMW 330i from Premium Selection. Should I get it? Of course. Just get it. Will I get 5-year warranty? No, depends on the year of your car. Okay? You buy a pre-reg. Pre-reg means very recent. Yeah, you will get it. Maybe plus 1 more year for you. I'm not sure. Bobby, blah 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 blah. Buying car from overseas, importing here. Contact our partner in Penang, Western Circle. They help you import cars from overseas. Just PM us. Alright? Hot Hatch 308 GTI. Lovely. Go for it. Mercedes CLS 400. Ooh, this question is very hard to answer. John Raj. Mercedes CLS 400, which means it's the 3 liter turbo. Audi A7 3 liter TFSI, the 3 liter supercharged. And the BMW 640i Grand Coupe. The most spacious car here is the Audi A7. Second will be the CLS. Third will be the Grand Coupe. The prettiest car here, all 3 are so beautiful. All of them are so beautiful. I would say the 2 cars that last longer in terms of its design is actually the A7 and the CLS, whereas the Grand Coupe has aged a little bit, but it's still a good looking car. The smallest boot here is the Grand Coupe. Very hard to choose, man. The best engine here is actually the best in terms of performance is the Audi one, but in terms of frugal is actually the BMW and the Merc. Both are very frugal. In terms of rarity, and I think the A7 has the most, right? There are so many of them running around. Used car values have plummeted. So and the CLS of this generation is actually based on the Mercedes 212, which means this CLS right-hand drive version has a footrest, whereas the new CLS based on the new E-Class doesn't have a footrest. Now I know how lecturers feel. Alright, this one has a footrest, and I really adore this CLS, even though it's the Grand Coupe is nice, but CLS is just classy as fuck. The best part with the CLS is that the new one is uglier than the old one. Funnily, I'm more aligned to the CLS here, even though I personally love the Grand Coupe. The Grand Coupe gives you a very different seating position. Very nice. And the best built interior here has to be the A7. There's no fights. The A7 interior is just brilliant. Alright? So, if all 3 are equal for you, I would say my first choice would be the A7, and then the CLS, and then the Grand Coupe. But if it is myself, it would be the 6 Series, then the A7, then the CLS. But for I may be wrong. I really like the CLS though. All 3 are fantastic cars, man. You have good taste, Mr. John. Okay, What's your opinion on 2012 Volvo S60? Any major problems? No major problems. Would it be a good buy? It's good because it has depreciated like crap. But don't buy the T4 lah, huh? 1.6 turbo. Don't lah. At least get the T5 2-liter turbo or the T6 3-liter turbo. Alright. Hi Bobby, Mazda MX5 ND or the 86? ND please. If they are both within your budget, get the MX5. It will hold its value really well. You can drop the top and yeah, you can drive slow and people won't chuchuk you. You drive an 86, people will chuchuk you. Okay? Video too long. There's a bar down there you can drag if you want to. Alright, hi Bobby, Subaru XV second hand. Please advise. Buy. Fantastic car. Hi Bobby, what do you think of a 2015-16 WRX STI? Oh, please buy this car. It's a fantastic car. No, very few people realize the Subaru WRX STI is a huge car. You go inside the car, it's so spacious inside. The car looks good. It is the Japanese equivalent of a BMW 3 Series, except that it has the Japanese reliability lah. Huh? Please get the car. Please get this car. It's a fantastic car. Alright? You made a good choice, Mr. Dixon. Hi Bobby, how do you convince your wife? Well, she's a car person as well. She loves cars. Her favorite brand is Alfa Romeo, and the fastest my wife has driven is 253 km/h. Beat that. Hi Bobby, I'm looking at the Peugeot 508 sedan. Whew. I used to own a Citroen DS4. Aha. Should I go for the 508? Hey, since you are already a French car lover, you know their characteristics, you know where to service your car and all that, go for it. Now I have a friend who bought a Peugeot 508 wagon after I persuaded him to, because it's worth buying then. His car is alright. His car is fine. But would you feel bored having the same 1.6 turbo engine in your DS4 and then the 508? Are you looking at something else? But price wise, let me see, 2012 Peugeot 508, are we looking at 30,000? Ouch. I don't even dare to look at it. Oh, it is 30,000, 28,000. What can you lose? 28,000. Yeah. Yep. Go for it, bro. You know how to take care of your car already, right? Hi Bobby, do you agree that Honda has the worst quality? No, I don't agree with that. And their car has many problems. Now, put it this way. Every time a car maker embarks on a new journey, putting in new engine, new transmission, new technology, new, there are bound to be problems. They will face issues, definitely. But Honda is not a company that is known for not ironing out their issues. They will iron out their issues. Alright? So, I don't agree Honda has the worst quality. Definitely not. There are a lot more worse companies out there. Okay? Honda is one of the best. But they are embarking on a new generation of technology. They will face issues. Okay? Very rarely has a car maker pull off something like what Mazda pulled off. New gearbox, new engine, new platform, new, and no issues. Very rare. Okay? Blah 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 blah. Oh, I'm near the top now, finally. This is like homework, everyday homework. Hi Bobby, 1 Series or MK7 Golf GTI? It's very hard to answer this question. Golf GTI is awesome, it's fantastic, it's a no-brainer, but 1 Series is the underdog. Rear-wheel drive, please get the 1 Series. There are so many Golf GTIs out there. Please. Is it a better car than the Golf GTI? No, but please get the 1 Series. Hi Bobby, what do you think of a 535i M Sport 2014 model versus a Lexus GS 350? Both reconditioned. I believe they are still very expensive. A Recon 535i, very much overpriced. 200k? You see? 199,000. You really want to pay 199,000 for a car that you know in the next 4 years will drop to 80, 90,000? Are you sure you want that? Lexus GS 350, 180,000. So I believe this is the two cars that you're looking at. See, your budget, bro, your 180, 190k budget, right? You can actually buy an M5. Why don't you go for an M5? Pay a little bit more road tax, yes, but your road tax will negate your depreciation. See, if you buy a 5 Series 535i at 190,000 today, a 2014 year car, recon, unregistered, 190k, the next year after you register, no, immediately after you register the car, it will be worth maybe 160,000. Next year it will be 150, 130, you know, very quickly it will depreciate down. Every year you will easily depreciate by 15, 20,000 until, no, you only have 4 years to depreciate, because by 2024 it will be the last year your car is eligible for loan. Right after 2024, the moment you reach 2025, your car will tank in value until the 50, 60,000 mark, where people have to buy cash. Alright? Same goes with the Lexus GS 350, but Lexus banks will allow for 15-year loan versus a BMW 10-year loan. So, but if you buy an M5, you buy this year at 180k, next year it will still be 180k, next year it will still be 180k. By the time people need to buy cash, you can sell for 150k or 120, because it's an M5. Alright? Do think about that. Pay a little bit more road tax. It hedges against the depreciation of your car. Hi Bobby, I'm a Civic 1.5 owner. I'm thinking in 2-3 years later I want to go for a 3 Series, S60, blah 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 blah. Looking for pre-owned, blah blah blah. In 2-3 years, we talk in 2-3 years, so we don't know what will happen. I might die, you might die, people might die. I don't know. It's good to aim for something. Alright, yeah. By then you will have other choices lah. Now you tell me you're a 1.5 Civic Turbo owner, you're looking at 3 Series, S60, Passat, are you serious? A45, blah blah, all this. By the time 2-3 years later, these cars would be of a different price point, new ones will come out, you might be aiming at other things already, huh bro? I want a mini SUV, budget less than 100k. Is facelift CX5 best choice? No. Again, as your daily car, do you have another car? If you have another car, then it's alright. But if you can wait for the X50, okay? CX3 is only good as a second car, okay? A runabout car, not your main car, okay? Hi Bobby, I have a budget of 150,000. I'm looking at the Civic Turbo, Hyundai Turbo. Which one is faster? The Hyundai is faster. Which one is more fun to drive? The Hyundai is more fun to drive. I like the Civic looks, me too. I like the Civic interior, I like the Civic exterior, I like the Civic packaging, I like the Civic practicality. I would pick the Civic over the Hyundai, but the Hyundai is faster and more fun to drive. Alright? A45 or Mustang EcoBoost? Bro, Mustang. However capable the A45 is, this is a Mustang. Okay? The A45 can come and chuchuk you or whatever the shit. Both of you arrive at the front of the hotel car park. Okay? So you are the Mustang, the A45 behind you, he's a lot faster, a lot angrier, a lot brapper, right? Both of you arrive at the hotel valet parking. Maybe he's the car in front of you, he arrived first. I kid you not, the valet will take his car, park it at the basement, and leave your Mustang in front together with the Ferraris. Alright? Hi Bobby, I'm looking at the C segment above, budget 70k, Honda Odyssey. Get the Honda Odyssey Absolute. It's a fantastic car. 70k. Are they so expensive? These are very old cars. Still 70k. Aiyo. Oh, wow. 2009 Honda Odyssey still 70 over 1,000. Overpriced, bro. It's an 11-year-old car, and you gotta pay 70,000 for it. Manya mahal way. There are a lot of other good choices. Your two options that you list out here, Ford Kuga, Honda Odyssey Absolute, are not the best choice, to be honest. Not the best choice for 70k. Ford Kuga, you will have a hard time servicing your car, man. It will be almost literally impossible to find parts. It's a fantastic drive. Uncle Chip drives one, but you can only go back to Ford to service it. As for the Honda Odyssey Absolute, it's a fantastic car, but for 11-year Odyssey at 70k is rather expensive, I would say, right? Go for something else. Alright, I've done my afternoon session, so I sort of figure out a schedule now. When I wake up, there will be a video already out there, and people might, there might be already new questions as I'm rolling here. Shit! How do I finish all this? I'm dead lah. I'm just inviting trouble, man. Die lah. Die lah. I wouldn't be able to keep up with all these questions. Die lah, die lah. I can't keep up. I really can't keep up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Shit, man. A shit ton of more comments came in while I'm doing the video. Do I want to finish it? No, I think it's more than 1 hour already. Okay. Next video then. So guys, again, if you like what I'm doing, you want to follow up with the questions and answers and all that, subscribe to my channel, share it out to people, and then the other thing would be I've already reviewed more than 1,000 cars in the past 3 years, and also look through my description. All my team members are there. Everybody has a different channel, and our Facebook is called Horizon Malaysia. The link is down there as well. And if you want to buy a car, you need backup from us, what to buy, after you buy, where to service, blah blah, come to us. Alright, we are the most trusted source in Malaysia when it comes to car buying. Okay, and thank you so much for making us the craziest team in Malaysia. Do you know, per month we get like what, 5 million views a month? So thank you all so much. Just on YouTube alone, 5 million. I mean, plus Facebook and all that, I mean, all 6 million of you. Thank you. Alright, cheers.